Our first 2020 inductee is Lieutenant General Donald Babers, who led the agency as its director through a pivotal time in Department of Defense history. By empowering subordinates and introducing the Defense Logistics Agency to the telecommunications age, he solidified the agency's reputation as a major player in DoD. In authoring the agency's first strategic plan, he set DLA on a path towards future success. And his advocacy helped DLA not only survive the Goldwater-Nichols Act, but gain through it. We'll now hear from Ms. Kristen French, who, while serving as DLA Chief of Staff, nominated General Babers for induction into the DLA Hall of Fame.
I'm very excited to be able to talk about Lieutenant General Babers and what he did during his time at DLA. So Lieutenant General Babers was the director of DLA during the 1980s. And if you think back in the 1980s and what was occurring in our country, President Reagan was our president, and he was bringing a lot of buildup in our Department of Defense and in the military. So General Babers had to take what was going on in our military and also build up DLA. I know one of the things that he worked hard on is our whole of government support, and we started having more partners such as NASA and FEMA and other organizations. And that was the first time we were doing things outside of the Department of Defense. And so I know he worked hard to make sure that Department of Defense and our whole of government partners got the support they needed, as DLA continues to do today. So he really did build a foundation for us. In fact, DLA grew to 60,000 members during the time that he was in DLA. And he was on board when we started bringing computers into DLA and managing our business via computers and a network instead of through the old school, working it on a typewriter or through telephones and paper. So he established a DLA net, which was able to manage our business across the different subordinate commands. And if you think about how we do that today, our business would not survive without the computer. Lieutenant General Babers did a lot of new initiatives during his time in DLA. And one that I think was great is he set up the Chief of Staff position. And luckily, that decision he made in the 80s has continued today, and I am here today as the DLA Chief of Staff, and I thank him for that. And I think it's, again, an important part of our organization to manage the day-to-day operations. Lieutenant General Retired Babers. As the DLA Chief of Staff, I am honored to represent the agency as you're inducted in the DLA Hall of Fame. Thank you so much for your service, and I wish you the best.
I am deeply humbled and privileged to accept this unique honor bestowed on me by the Defense Logistics Agency. On behalf of my wife and family, my close friends, and of course, all who served with me at the Defense Logistics Agency, thank you. I must say, when the committee contacted us last year, this took me quite by surprise. My assignment at the DLA lasted only 2 years, but they were the culmination of my 35 years military career, and so, of course, that assignment was very special to me. I remember arriving at Cameron Station, which was only a couple of miles away from my last assignment in the Army Materiel Command. It was on Eisenhower Avenue, and was immediately impressed by the leadership team, the structure, the culture, and of course the dedicated rank and file workers of the Defense Logistics Agency. Technically, this was my second DLA assignment, but the first one was way back in the early 60s when I was assigned to the Tank Automotive Command in Detroit. And that was the time TACOM was one of the newly established Defense Supply Agency supply centers. So, after 25 years, I was sure that I understood what was to be expected, but I found the structure and the leadership team quite like the other Army and military organizations to which I was either assigned or commanded, and as I just said, I was very impressed. We were faced with many challenges. The Goldwater-Nichols Act was changing the way the Defense Department acquisition system was structured and organized. As I recall, it would have severely reduced DLA's roles and responsibilities by reassigning them to the services. We successfully countered those proposals and actually expanded the Defense Logistics Agency roles and responsibilities during the Reagan build-up years. We placed an emphasis on quality and got the workforce to focus on initiatives to improve services in incremental levels and empowered them to make decisions, making responsibilities without recrimination. We reached out to services to improve the quality of spare parts data they sent to our cataloging activity at Battle Creek. This was in response to the spare parts horror stories of the overpriced coffee pot and toilet seats, and we increased our level of quality to the services by focusing on initiatives that increase supply availability. I always felt that the DLA workforce was truly made up of dedicated professionals who took pride in their work, and my role was simply to provide direction and establish goals. In fact, one of the things I felt was important was to have DLA come up with a long-term strategic plan. That, as I understood it, had never been done, not before. And that is one of the things that started while I was there and certainly didn't finish, but left as a goal for the agency to work on. I know that the Defense Logistics Agency continually updates their strategic plans to this day. Once again, I'm proud of my years at the Defense Logistics Agency, proud of the workforce and what we accomplished, and how we left the agency a better place to work. Lastly, once again, I must tell you, this honor is especially significant to me, as my wife Marilyn can still share it with me 34 years after my retirement, and after almost 70 years of marriage, we're both honored and humbled. Again, thank you.